All right, we're back. Circling Back podcast coming to you live from the Washed Media headquarters in Austin, Texas. My name's Will DeFries. To my right, Mr. Dylan, the coldest, shivery.
Dude, that's good. I like that intro. It's nice when Dave's not here. I mean, I prefer when he is here. But when he's not, I get introed right off the jump.
Just know
put
that
a little
the second Dave is back,
You put a little energy behind it.
you'll be back in the 3-minute territory.
I don't know if I noticed. I got a little color. I was outside a lot over the weekend.
I didn't notice, no.
You noticed I got. Okay. Happy to be here. Feel good about things. It's content week.
I don't see any like noticeable change to your
For real?
the pigment of your skin at
problem
all.
is
If
you
I'm
have
being
a-
honest with you.
You have a standing tan.
Yeah.
Like you're just
I
You got a chill olive ambiance about you.
I can get pale.
what
Probably
he
because you
searches.
see me all the time. You just don't notice these changes in me. But I got some color. I feel
What,
good.
Randy?
That was the best compliment ever. A chill
Chill
olive
olive
ambiance,
ambiance.
and you're just gonna
That is
pass
sick.
over that. Dylan? that was amazing.
I think it didn't register in my brain when he said it. A chill olive ambiance. Yeah. Okay, I'll take that.
We got the bullet in the building today. He's not going to join us for the entire episode, I don't think. But he was on Cabeza watch all weekend, so obviously he had to funnel in for the first part of this.
yeah. There's it's good to be back. I'll say that. It's been a long December, so we've just been running around.
There's reason to believe that this year will be better than the last.
Amen. Yeah, we've been running around, landing on business, you could say, standing on business, and at other points.
Landing on business.
We stand on it around here.
Yeah,
Blair.
That's kind of tight, though.
land
If Brett
on
was going on business trips, and whenever he'd landing get off the plane, he's landing on business.
Oh, that's kind of sick.
It was. Shouts to American, Delta, and Allegiant. 0 delayed flights in the last 10 days, which
Okay.
is which had been not my case leading into
That's huge.
this last couple.
I just Googled, not to cuck what you were just saying, but I just did a quick Instagram search to see if anyone had acquired the handle Standing on Business yet. And a dude named Self-Employed Matt has acquired the handle. He's private, so I don't know if he's going to be doing much with this.
self-employed Matt sounds like a PGP writer
Mhm.
you guys had.
Oh yeah, that would have been a commenter for sure.
Yeah. No, happy to be here. Thanks for having me. Excited to recap my last couple days of just bouncing around places.
You've been a jet setter, man.
I have.
I don't want to expose you guys too much, but
So is Will.
we had a conversation before the podcast, and I'm currently podcasting with 2 people who are refusing to drink for 3 days after the weekends that they had, which I'm really impressed with you guys.
Not to imply I like really got into one over the weekend. It's good to reset. You
Okay.
know?
I'm very much implying that I
Like I had 2 glasses of wine yesterday. That's not like crazy,
Oh,
right?
I mean, yeah, that's you're 2 glasses of wine.
Saturday I stepped out a bit. Friday I didn't. You know what? I've had
Then why
pretty-
we're not? I didn't ask you about your fucking weekend yet.
I'm sorry. Shit, man.
dude. Speaking of having, so I wasn't going to drink yesterday either. That lasted about three minutes. There's a drink in Mexico at this place called Sir 38
Blame it on Mexico.
called the Slap.
Okay.
It's basically a Mexican Bloody Mary. It's like a jalapeno green juice with mezcal, and if they were brought to Austin, it would light this place on
So there
fire.
was I don't remember
Oh my
what it was
God.
called, but there was a restaurant that was pretty popular for our demographic in Houston that had a Tomatillo Bloody Mary.
Mm.
And after the layoffs at Grand X, I was down bad. I was really questioning.
You're a tomatillo head though.
I love Tomatillo. Everyone
Yeah.
knows that about me.
Mhm,
I'm a Tomatillo Cabeza, please.
Sure.
Right. And after the layoffs at Grand X, I was pretty down bad because I was like, I don't know what's going to happen here. Like the squad has been disassembled, and it's not my doing. And so Sally and I decided it would be a good time to go down to Houston and visit some friends down there and maybe hit the reset button.
Mhm.
And the first thing we did is go to this restaurant and get Tomatillo Bloody Marys, and like those things lit me up. I loved them.
Mhm.
Kind
I
of
like-
feels like you're just drinking green salsa though, which I'm okay with.
I remember when I drank salsa at Matt's El Rancho a couple years ago, and
Yeah.
still feel the effects of
Was that an odds loss?
It was.
I got him.
It was, and I think I still have a stomach ulcer to this day.
Yeah,
What's-
that hit you harder than I expected it to hit you.
Yeah.
I would say that Matt's El Rancho is probably a top 1 worst place to chug the salsa in Austin, just because it can be the spiciest salsa in
It's
Austin.
been getting hotter.
Yeah.
They,
So you drink
They keep
more.
dialing it up.
Honestly, I'm not. I'm okay with it though because it keeps me from inhaling chips and salsa when I sit down. because it's too hot.
Well, 2 chips there equals 1 full tortilla.
That's right.
I can't even get full on chips and salsa there anymore because most of the time I'm there with Dave and he's just absolutely
know.
hounding that basket.
It's ridiculous how he does that.
I haven't been there in a minute.
Should we pivot the Wash Media holiday party on Thursday to Matt's El Rancho and all just upgrade our fajitas to the prime beef?
Maybe.
Mm.
I could be convinced. It's been a minute since I've been there.
But it's also been a minute since we really got into one at Carve too. So
Yeah, when you got the private room at Carve, like life's just good.
They're gonna like rename that room after us at some point.
Should we bring a
As many
sign?
times as we've been in there.
I have a flag that my dad used to fly when, or he flew it when I got home from the hospital as a baby, and it just says Will's house. Like, should I just bring that and hang it in the, hang it on their photo of a cow?
Maybe.
It's not my house.
We could probably come up with a better name than that.
Okay.
but-
I also have a flag with just a giant lobster on it if we want to do that. I don't think they serve lobster there though.
I don't know if Wash Media gives lobster, but sure.
Okay.
we should.
Brett gives lobster
yeah,
after
we
he
should-
gets
we should-
sunburned.
He does.
Yeah,
He does.
Yeah, I'm
we're
impressed with your
spending all day-
SPF game. Like, how did you went surfing and you look like
Yeah,
this?
Yep, surfing, and then spent all of Saturday in the sun. Granted, we did have like 5 tents stacked together, so I was very cognizant of my sun intake.
I'm officially at a point in my life where I just avoid the sun. Unless I'm playing golf and I'm just exposed to it. Like if I'm on vacation, I'm trying to get that shady spot.
I want all the rays. Just hit me. That's why I got a little color.
I was doing
Over the weekend.
SPF.
That's why
SPF
he's
50 plus.
Got that olive
He's a
on.
chill
I
olive
got that
boy.
olive ambiance.
Shout out to the chill olive boys out there.
Sick, right?
Yeah, I'd like to stuff you up blue cheese.
Okay, that sounds cool.
What? What's up? What's up?
Ooh, I could use a teeny.
Right? You
Dude,
said you're
it's
not
been
drinking
it's
till
been
Thursday.
forever since I've had one.
Okay, well, on Thursday, I'm having a fucking martini, bitch.
I've been
Just-
drinking.
we're
I've
not
just
gonna
been
do
drinking
wine?
whiskey. Like whiskey has
doing
completely
both.
replaced my martini intake lately.
Oh, see,
Oh, dude, I'm on that whiskey grind.
I'm off whiskey, man.
You ever heard of a
My
Nouveau
problem is-
Carré?
Really?
No.
I'd never heard of this until not last week, but the week before, and now I'm seeing them everywhere. They're called a Nouveau Carré. I think it's a New Orleans cocktail. It's very booze forward, but it's
Whiskey?
yeah, it's treating your boy very well lately.
I'm off my whiskey shit right now.
Well, maybe okay.
I don't know why.
That's
I have a
fine.
good reason for
Let
it.
us know when you're back on. You can get in Dave and I's group chat called Original Bourbon Boys.
Okay. We'll see.
Okay. Hey, let's get some official business out of the way, if you guys don't mind. First and foremost, code BACKER20 will get you 20% off your order at Roback. Wilmont's polos are still available. Go pick one of those up for the holiday season. It'll make anyone in your family happy, I promise you. We're also still doing a free 7-day trial for new patrons. Tomorrow we're doing Touching Based. We have a special guest coming in the studio. And if I know anything about her, I think she's probably going to choose something royal family related.
Okay.
You guys might know her as Sal Gal. She's my wife, and she's going to fill in for old Davy boy, who's still recovering from all of his surgeries and the birth of his second son. So,
Right.
Yeah.
A lot going on in Dave's life right now.
Yeah, still very weird to get eyelid rejuvenation surgery right when your son's born.
It is
but
weird.
It is. Dave's a grinder. He doesn't consider things difficult. If you want to leave us a voicemail, 888-618-4422. Again, 888-618-4422. We are doing a coffee Friday this Friday after the holiday party, so keep an eye out for that as well. Wash.substack.com will drop the exact same day for the newsletter. Go make it happen. And leave a 5-star review for Will's 5-star review of the week on Wednesday. For those clamoring out there saying, but you read a 3-star review last week. Yeah, I did. Sorry.
But didn't it was intended to be a 5-star?
He said we
correct?
could earn his stars.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
He
that's
said we
right.
could earn his stars.
And we will.
Yeah.
You want to recap this weekend in it says pants beers this time.
Yeah. Did anyone do any pants beers this weekend?
I did a few.
I know. I think I'm sorry. I'm admitting I haven't listened to the content from last week.
So you didn't do a
I
pants beer?
Missed what is a pants beer? I guess.
A pants beer.
Okay.
It's the hottest way to drink beer these days.
Yeah.
I did a pants beer this weekend.
Did you do a pants beer?
Dude, I can't wait to do pants beer Saturday. though.
Hey, let's show them what pants beers are at the Merriman
Yeah.
Christmas
We'll
cocktail
do
party.
some pants beers in your apartment.
Yeah, then you'll be all about it. We're not going to tell you about it. We're going to show you.
Yeah, we'll show you at your apartment what pants beering entails.
Anyway, this weekend, recapping this weekend in Pants Beers is presented by Lucy. Lucy makes next level nicotine. If you're tired of buying the same mediocre pouches everywhere you go, stop settling and switch to Lucy. Lucy is made by people who love using nicotine for grinding at work, late nights at the bar, or taking the edge off in the morning.
It's really it's a 5-tool player.
My favorite time to take a Lucy is after lunch. You're kind of dragging a little bit, and Lucy just gets me right back in the game.
Oh, it's like the afternoon pick me up. It's
And
a
get-
little afternoon snap
it
snap
gets
crackle
me
pop. That's
Dialed
Lucy.
in, gets me laser focused, and it picks up the old energy too. It's great. It comes in 3 different forms. They have the breaker, they have the gum, and the pouches. I think I prefer the breaker the best. A little flavor capsule in there that you bite into, and it's
Breakers out the back.
kind of lights you up. It's fantastic. They have a cornucopia of strengths and flavors. They got from 2 milligram all the way up to 12 in a variety of different flavors. Wintergreen, apple cider, pomegranate. Pomegranate's really good, by the way.
You're weird with espresso too. Love that.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
If you want to try Lucy, go to lucy.co/steam and use promo code STEAM to get 20% off your order. Lucy offers free shipping and has a 30-day refund policy if you change your mind. That's lucy.co and use code STEAM to get 20% off and always free shipping.
Have you seen Randy's Instagram that he just got off?
No.
I have to say, as far as Randy getting
Did it
Instagrams
right
off in the middle of the episode, this might be my favorite one.
All right, I'm going.
It's just really good. Like, it's just a good post overall. Randy, I don't normally start this weekend of fun with you, but where did you go this weekend that
Oh my
a crazy
God.
event was
Jeez.
happening?
Bro, let's go out this weekend.
Right.
Went to the Concourse Project. They were having a boiler room set, which is DJ stands in the middle and like everyone is kind of surrounded. They had 2 stages and there was a bunch of different DJs. I didn't know any of them, but I went with James and his girlfriend and we had a fun time.
Is anyone
Let's go
here
out this weekend. There's a crazy event happening.
heard of Boiler Room?
No, I have not heard
Yeah,
of it.
no,
and
I'm
the
not
next,
sure.
what's it called? What's the,
It's called Boiler Room. It's like,
no, but what's the DJ set called?
I don't know which DJ was.
No, but what'd you just call it? Where everyone crowds around them?
The Boiler Room.
That's just what it's
I
called.
think that's what it's called. I think it
Oh.
started in like London, and like that was their boiler room sets were like how like DJs became big over there.
I think
and
I'd like to
stuff.
be a part of a boiler room set at some point in my life. It looked like a movie.
Those look fairly electric.
Dylan, what'd you get into
I'm
this
too old to
weekend?
go to something like this, but it does look cool. Had a very fantastic low key weekend. Friday, I was with Parks. Had a little buddy over, hung out with them. I got played our Zaw card. Got Jets, fantastic.
Did you go with the Dylan?
I went with the Dylan, and it delivered as always.
Mm-hmm.
Saturday and Sunday, spent a lot of time with Stella. A lot of time outside. We walked probably 9 miles total over the weekend together on the trail.
Damn.
Met another backer on the trail.
Can you take Rosie for some walks?
Had an LSU hoodie on. Yeah, sure.
Why'd you have an LSU
Why'd
hoodie
you have
on?
an LSU hoodie?
No, the backer I met had an LSU.
Oh, I
hoodie
thought
on.
you had one on. I was like, what's
No.
what?
If y'all need to listen to me. Weather was fantastic. Just did a bunch of chores. Got the house in order. You
Okay.
know,
Okay.
clean the sheets. Cleaned Stella's bed. Gave her a bath.
You only clean your sheets once a
Laundry.
year, right?
No, I do it about every
Your navy sheets with your bed pushed up against the wall and no headboard.
about every 2 weeks. Is that enough? That's enough.
Every 2 weeks?
2 weeks is fine.
Yeah.
That's
yeah.
where that's
Oh,
kinda
dude,
where I'm at.
yeah. You're fine.
About every 2 weeks.
Like, I think hardos out there will be like, oh, dude, you got to do it like every week. But like
Yeah.
every 2 weeks to me is probably a very tame barometer.
Yeah. Caught 2 dubs with James. Fortnite.
Is
No,
for-
no
is-
big deal.
Does your Call of Duty skill translate over well to Fortnite?
It's the same movement. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm just not good at first shooters, man, or first person shooters.
You gotta give it a try.
I heard James is swinging by today too.
Yeah, James is like I feel like James is swinging by enough that like he might just need to hop on a pod.
He
At
might
some
need
point.
a mic moment.
I
Yeah.
don't know. James is he's a friend of the pod. That's just he's just really like,
I could see James freezing up on the mic.
oh, that's a big claim.
What do you think, Randy?
That's mean.
I think he would just start saying lies about me and Brett.
Yeah.
Perfect. I think we have him on. Yeah.
That's good. Yeah, a really chill, excellent weekend for your boy. So I know you guys had much more going on, so I'll pass it over to you.
I went to Tennessee this weekend. I'd never been to Tennessee for longer than 36 hours before. I'd gone to Nashville. Cool city. Kind of just
they call it Nash Vegas. You know
Yeah,
that?
dude.
Yeah.
Yeah, Nashville's cool, but it's also pretty much like adjacent to Austin. So it's like,
Yeah.
oh, okay. Like
that was my takeaway.
Yeah,
too.
yeah.
It's
Like
very Austin-like.
yeah, like if you like Austin, you'll like Nashville.
Mhm.
Like that seems normal. I flew into Knoxville and we went to a resort called Blackberry Mountain where I just got my straight up wellness on, dog.
Yep.
Straight up wellness on. Do you guys want to start with me talking about the sound bathing, or do you guys want me to start talking about my cold plunge and breath work?
Sound bathing?
Yes.
I need that.
Okay, so I'd never heard of sound bathing before, and I saw that they had a class at 4 p.m. The sun sets around 5 5 o'clock there. So I was like, okay. I'll emerge from my sound bath with like a nice sunset going on. Let's do this. Went into the room and there's 5 mats laid out, kind of beds laid out. And
It's all in one room, 5 mats.
Yep.
Like, what are the chances of that?
okay.
It's good.
So I walk in and I'm with 4 other people and then the instructor. And it's very quiet in there, very zen in there. And there's a big bowl. It's like a metallic bowl. And she said, please stand in the bowl. We got to center you.
Stand in the bowl?
In the bowl. And
That's
so
cool.
the bowl's in front of a window that just looks into the woods. And so I stood in the bowl and took a deep breath. And she hits the bowl with like a little mallet and it starts to like vibrate you. And I was like, okay. Go and lay down.
Did you get centered?
I got centered as fuck, dude. And so I went and laid down. And you just shut your eyes and she just starts walking around the room with these instruments. And they just like, it's meant to like put you in, I think she called it the delta state, which is the state that you're in right before you fall asleep. And she said that like a lot of people just do fall asleep. So if someone starts snoring, like don't mind them, just let them be in their whatever. Your boy was absolutely tranced out. Like for 45 minutes, I was like in this weird like period of not really knowing if I was asleep or not.
Ooh.
And
Damn.
it was an insane experience. Like, and so like you guys have heard enough Grateful Dead because of me in the last however long that a lot of backers will know too that they do this thing called drum space during their shows at the end or towards like the middle of the second set. They do drum space where they take you on a little journey with some sounds. And after the whole thing was over, after like I don't even know how long it was. It could have been an hour and a half. It could have been 45 minutes. After it was all over and everyone had cleared, I wanted to talk to the person that led it. And I was like, hey, have you ever listened to like Dead and Company before? And she gave me the best answer of all time. She was like, I actually used to tour with several Grateful Dead bands. And I was like, okay, this makes me very
Wow.
happy. But like it was
tight.
it was the exact same like sounds that you would hear from that. But it was I don't want to say it was a weird experience because it wasn't like weird, but it was something that I had never experienced before, and I kind of want to do it again. But I don't really know if like I need to do it again.
I'm intrigued.
Some people fall asleep. Some people get very energized after it. I was just zenned out after it.
Have you ever done a float tank?
So no, I think that's the most comparable thing to this.
That's what I'm thinking about.
When we were talking about the person that was telling us about the how you should feel during it, I don't think that they were like trained in talking about it, but he did liken it to that, and I've always wanted to do that, and that was my selling point because I think a float tank would be fun.
I've been intrigued by that too.
I've done enough meditation. Like I got super into meditation during lockdown, and I don't really do it now. But like I think I can be good at it enough to be in a float tank and get the benefits of it. But the second I was going to go do the float tank in Austin, they shut the place down.
Yeah,
It's tough.
there was one really close to here, like kind of by Matt's. Actually, there was a place that did it.
Well, before we did before I did my sound bathing, I did a cold plunge, and we did the Wim Hof techniques of breathing and stuff. Do you guys know what that is?
No.
He's like the leader in like
yeah.
breathing. Dave probably knows all about Wim Hof if I had to guess. And so we did like 30 minutes of breathing exercises before getting into a 50-degree pool. And I have to say, it works. Like the breathing exercises work. And I've never been able to stay in a cold plunge for like, I can do 2 minutes. I was in there for 3 minutes and I probably could have stayed in there for 5.
Are you
No
totally
shit.
optimized right now?
I feel pretty optimized. I also did a mixology class at the resort, night 1, that pretty much put me in the ground.
You got twisted?
Yeah, waking up on your first day of full vacation, knowing that you only have 2 full days of vacation, waking up with just a brutal hangover is not how you want to do it on a wellness kind of retreat thing.
Or is it the perfect place to do it? Because then
Well,
you're just like,
that was
now I'm
my
gonna
other
go get
question.
well.
Mhm. Yeah, I'm glad I didn't have the ropes course that day. We did a ropes course as well. Had I done the ropes course that day, I think I would have just fallen off and died. Like it wouldn't have been good. No, we're not doing that, Brett. You're disgusting.
Randy.
I was just thinking Win Hof. Any relation to Jack Me?
Come on, man.
You're insane.
Well, you said the ropes course.
But then, dude, your boy's Sunday was just a great Sunday. I had a music-driven Sunday. Rolled out of bed, started packing everything. Saw that Goose had obviously released their first night of Goose Miss on Nugs, and you know your boy just downloaded that for the flight. If you're not listening to Goose right now, you got to start doing it. Dylan, they were doing Posty covers. They hit us. They brought out Bruce Hornsby to do That's the Way It Is. Like they were just doing great covers like the entire time, mixing with their songs. It was just a delight. I'm going to toss on the show later in the office, and I'm going to force you guys all to listen to it. And then I got
I'm
to
in.
come home. It's always nice to be on vacation and come home to having something that you ordered just sitting there, so you get to like have a present when you get home.
Okay.
I ordered something months ago that finally arrived. I ordered a custom vinyl from a guy named Seven Tenors Omaha that he did custom vinyls of songs that you got to choose yourself from the most recent Dead and Company tour. And so Sally and I chose songs from one of the nights that we went to San Francisco, and it got this custom vinyl, 2 of the songs on it.
Okay, that's sick.
It was
Very cool.
getting that and like getting home and getting that. I was so happy to do it. It was like,
what does the artwork look like? You had to customize that too?
no, I'll show you later, but it's all like this custom thing. He handwrites everything on the things, and
That's
it's just
fucking
cool.
cool.
And so I was like, it's cool to have a physical like
A memento. if you
yeah,
will.
yeah. It's cool. And so yeah, your boy just vibed. And to anyone out there who's wondering about my Survivor journey, I'm halfway through season 28 finale. It's been some of the best reality television of all time, and I cannot wait to see how this pans out.
Let's ride. What was your you walked in and I quote, just kept running back the quail.
I had the best quail of my life on this trip. I don't know what they did to this stuff. Like I think quail in Texas is a pretty common thing to order at restaurants at this point. Like there's a lot of quail stuff. Dave had some some bacon wrapped quail at his wedding that was just divine. Dylan, you skipped it, so you wouldn't know.
I did. I've had quail maybe twice in my life, and I don't think I was impressed either time.
Is it gamey? I've never had quail.
This wasn't gamey.
Okay.
The issue with quail most of the time is the bones.
Right. That's what I remember is like trying to fight the bones just to get to the meat.
This meat was just falling off, and it was like I ate. It was a bad day to be a quail. I ate like 6 quail that day.
Just putting quail away, man.
Yeah, dude.
That's why they call you Dan Quail.
It's exactly why they call me Dan Quail.
Yeah.
Brett, you were on
Manny has
Cabeza
no
Watch
idea
this
who
weekend,
Dan
which is
Quail
why
is.
you're here. I'm glad to see that you still have your head.
Sure. No, I had sort of an extended weekend. Started in Vegas actually last Monday night, where I was responsible. I took $100 out of the ATM and I said, "That's my bankroll for the night." After
So you got 2 hands of blackjack in.
no, I ended up playing. I'll get to that, but we were there. That's where the business trip started. Shouts to our boy Maddie, friend of the program.
Dude, how about that stretch of highway?
Bro, it is insane. I picked up the Tenali, was doing some content there, but took out $100 of blackjack and was a $25 table. Ended up playing for like 6 hours that night after I got back to the hotel casino. And
Brett got hot.
I ended that first night at 100 after playing like hours and hours and hours.
Dude,
of
that's a
blackjack.
win.
That's a huge win.
Yeah, exactly.
Better than Dylan's bachelor party where I lost like all my money in the first hour and
I
was like,
didn't-
okay, well,
I didn't
I'm
win a
done.
single bet on
Well,
my trip.
I was thinking of doing the thing where you you take the 100, go to the roulette table and just be like, all right, 100 on black. Let's see if this is going to be a night or not. And I didn't do that. I was just
Good.
all right, I'll sit down and play some blackjack and ended hilariously even, which was kind of fun. So that was my Vegas night. Thank you for all the recommendations from the backers who were all like, get us prostitute, strip club, like this,
Oh,
that.
yeah.
I was like, that's not my Vegas style, guys. I'm gonna be in bed at like 11 and wake up fully charged, ready to go the next day.
That's not my kind of fun.
Didn't you say you said you went to some like ranch where they had a bunch of like rabbits running around, like
Yeah, what
or
was
like
that?
baby rabbits?
No, that
You
was-
get
bunnies?
to pet them?
It was Hidden Valley. I was putting that on my pizza that night.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I thought it was
Did
something
you go to the
different.
secret pizza place at Cosmo?
No, I
That's
was at
not a
the,
secret because there's a giant line leading
yeah,
to
there's
it.
a giant line. I went to Javier's at the Aria for dinner.
Okay. Is it
Which
the same
was-
Javier's as in Taos where you can smoke cigars inside?
I mean, people were so.
Isn't that
I don't,
Javier's?
Yeah.
I don't think it was.
Javier's is sick.
I've never been.
I will say Vegas
I bet.
on a Monday night, very different than Vegas on like a Friday, Saturday. But there was a CPA conference, so it was just a bunch of nerds getting hammered.
Dude, did you crash the conference?
My blackjack partners,
Dude,
shouts to Chip.
We're writing a movie script about
Yeah,
that.
where the conference crashers just
Conference
out and about.
yeah, it was like the different conference.
Dude, we need
Dude,
AI to write our script.
Oh,
Conference
yeah.
crashers has so much potential.
Yeah.
It
dude.
does.
It's gonna
And
be
it was
sick.
it was so fun. It was like guys that you could tell are, they have 4 kids. They don't do Vegas a whole lot, but they were just getting after
The
it.
first time I ever went to Vegas was a Tuesday night, and I was like, okay, this is probably good for me.
Mm-hmm. Shouts to the Alfa Romeo folks hooked us up. Drove through the desert. which was really cool. It is the longest stretch of highway that I didn't touch the wheel.
Yeah, you don't turn it even 1 degree for like 45 minutes straight.
And even less so because the Tenale, shouts to all the tech, has the lane assist. So even if you do need to nudge it like 1 degree, it does it for you. So I'm literally.
Is it a cool?
literally
Is it a
sitting-
cool drive?
Yeah, it's not bad. You can go so fast if you want to.
Part of the reason I want to do a West Texas trip is like I want to do the long drive. I want to go through and like see all the everything, and I feel like it's the same kind of like it's a shortened version of that.
It's always interesting to drive through a part of the country that you've never seen before.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that was cool.
I would like to do that stretch at some point.
It
Maybe in
was-
Sonali.
It was sweet getting into California too, because you go up and over the mountains and stuff like that. The drive from like the base of the hills into LA, like through San Bernardino, that sucks. That you feel like you're driving in. It's just strip mall after strip mall after strip mall on like a 12-lane highway. It's disgusting. It's like this. This is the reason people like hate like America.
If you
It's
ever
just-
like
it's
think that you
nasty.
can move to California or like LA, and then it takes one traffic jam to be like, oh, never
Yeah.
mind. I don't.
Oh.
Want, I'd never want to live here.
disgusting. It was like, oh, your trip is 8 miles and 56 minutes.
Mhm.
It's like that's
Mhm.
that's awful. Anyway, hanging with the squad in LA, Hermosa Beach. Shouts to the Shellback Tavern, the Strand. Your boy was putting miles in morning walk wise because I would wake up at 6 because I'm used to the time change. I would go down to the beach and walk from Hermosa Beach Pier to Manhattan Beach Pier and back, and that's like 4.2 on the dot. So I did that 4 days in a row.
Damn, y'all are
Just
just on your walking grind this weekend.
I was getting the boardwalk miles in. Had some really fun meetings and dinners there. Then we go to Mexico.
You went to a destination 40th birthday party, which I famously talked shit on in my
Mhm.
first ever Washed Weekly column, and I feel bad about it now because the subject of this of this 40th birthday party is someone who I want to be. My goal for 2024 is to become better friends with him than you are.
Yeah, you literally texted me that.
Yeah.
Uh,
I hope he knows that too. Like I want him to know and be aware of this so that he knows that when I'm spitting game at him to be his friend, that like he receives it well.
yeah. Shouts to Harbs, who will be listening to this, I'm sure, and very very hungover. We got after it. The boys got after it. He got there with his wife and a couple of the boys on Wednesday, and they are leaving this afternoon.
Oh, they're still there?
Yeah. There
That's
are
a trip.
there are some shells of human beings.
Does anyone have
back.
Giardia?
Yes. Well, not confirmed Giardia, but the group text is still popping with like, I don't know if I can make this airport trip, which is about 45 minutes, 50 minutes from the airport of Puerto Vallarta to Sayulita, which is a little surf town on the coast of Mexico on the Pacific side. It is beautiful. It was stunning. Absolutely
I've
stunning.
been the subject of a scared 45-minute ride from a Mexican resort to the airport, not knowing if you're going to make it. It's not a fun place to be.
No, but
I'm glad you don't have the revenge.
I knew going in exactly like my plan was bottled water only, and you end up, I mean, basically drinking more alcohol than water, to be honest with you. So we get in Friday though. I get in late, that little solo ride to the airport. I'm concerned. I'm Cabeza watch, right?
Yeah.
And I had put the shuttle kind of on a whim, and I was like, here we go. And the guy who was my communication, my contact was not the same guy that picked me up, and so I was just a little on edge.
Yeah. I mean, I get it.
But he gave me 2 Pacificos in the car, and he's like, all right, let's ride. I felt good. So you get there, and the boys have been going all day, obviously. And so immediately I was like handed 3 shots. We went to a restaurant called Calo in sort of downtown Sayulita that Harbs' wife, shouts to Sheena, had rented out for the 40-something people that were on this trip. It was insane. Harbs, he's like, I'm going to see, I'll invite a bunch of people and, 10 or 11 can go. It'll be great. Everybody said yes to the trip. The RSVP list was like 100%.
If I ever had like a remote birthday party and I tried to I would have to pay 40 people to come. There's no
Yeah.
way that 40 people would accept that invite.
It was insane. So we rented it out, and they start doing like what's the prefix? So it's just dishes coming out kind of one by one.
Mhm.
The shrimp there, ridiculous. The guacamole, insane.
Well, you're in Mexico, dog. Of
Oh,
course, it's
dude,
gonna
they're
hit.
the food was so good. We loaded up on Carajillos. taught the boys about those.
Dylan can't handle Catajillos.
Remind me what they are.
It is espresso and liquor 43, which is sort of just like I think a coffee liqueur. I don't know.
I mean,
That's
it's kind of the
what it
new
is.
espresso martini for people
handle that
for
shit.
people in the know, dude.
Yeah. We go out afterwards, get after it. Saturday, go surfing. Wake up early. We're all nursing a little bit, but we all got up. We all got after it. And it's a cool place. It's all the streets are all cobblestone, and you get around via golf cart. Like there's people driving around, but it's almost annoying because all the streets are a little one way, kind of as wide as this table. So golf cart's the way to go, or you can kind of walk everywhere. Go surfing. Try to get pitted. Doesn't really work. I got up like 1.5 times.
Have
Pretty
you
good.
ever surfed before this?
Yeah, I had in San Diego.
Okay.
Um,
It's not easy.
No,
It was way
no.
harder than I ever anticipated when we took that class, Dylan. And I'm just
Yeah.
going to gas Dylan's sales a little bit. Dylan was the best surfer out of me, Dave, and Dylan,
I
and
had
Dan.
I had done it before.
You were getting up pretty quickly and
oh, really?
and
Yeah.
letting it ride. I got up like once and it was not good.
It was not a very successful. It was the waves were big. Apparently, there had a storm kind of cooking, so there was like 5 to 7 foot waves, and I caught one, fell, and got just rolled through the surf to the point where I very much almost like drowned, and I was done with that was all set.
Yeah.
I sat on the beach and had a margarita. So,
What would the
um,
vibe in the studio be today if Brett had drowned while surfing in Mexico?
I probably wouldn't be recording today. I don't think.
But people would want to hear. People would want to hear like
Would you guys think he'd be
About
like,
it.
oh, he faked his own death in Mexico, and now he's just going to stay there?
that would be an underlying thought the entire time.
I can see why people do it, because Saturday night we go to dinner at this place called Bar Miramar, and it's not a traditional bar. It's basically a bunch of lawn chairs in a guy's backyard that he built a bar himself, a tiki bar, and serves drinks out of his house. And it has awesome reviews. He built a kitchen a couple years ago where a local family comes in, brings all fresh ingredients, and makes food to order on the beach. Their menus are written in pencil on the back of like cardboard, like Wheaties, like a cereal box. It is the coolest fucking place.
I want to go to Sayulita now.
Yeah,
Do the boys need a
sounds-
Sayulita trip?
Sounds pretty dope.
It was extremely dope.
I've done Puerto Vallarta before, and it's really cool. Really cool.
And got after it. Did a little karaoke Saturday night late. That was interesting. Dropped my buddies off. I was in a golf cart. They were staying on the beach at a hotel, kind of like away from it all. To get back to my place where I was staying, shouts to our Airbnb, was about a 2.5 mile dirt road through the jungle that I was doing solo at about 2 a.m. In very much like Jaguar territory, we were told. So that was,
Jag?
yeah, as scary of a drive through the woods as I've ever had in my life
In a golf cart.
in a golf cart.
You should have had Dylan there with you.
very
You would have
exposed.
would you
Yeah.
have felt comfortable with Dylan there?
I would have manhandled
Choking those things
whatever.
out?
Yeah.
Honestly, yeah, but it was just something about solo and no like it was jungle on both sides, and you can hear monkeys, you can hear the crickets and spider, like all
Dude,
that stuff.
the first thing they
Oh.
told us this weekend at our place, they were like, "Don't leave any food out. Don't leave anything because there's bears, whatever." And I was like, "Okay, yeah."
Mhm.
I don't freak with bears.
Yeah, black bears are fun.
That
Though.
sounds
They're like big
awesome.
labs. It was very fun.
Like big labs.
Not brown bears though.
It's so exciting knowing that someone could get something that could just get you at any moment. though, you know?
I felt it was
That's a
it
little
was a
fun.
very like primal instinct. I
Yeah,
was
it's a little
like,
fun of the
man.
mix.
I kept looking behind me, and the golf cart has these like little dim lights that are barely 10 feet. It was intense, man.
Fuck yeah.
It was intense.
I'm glad you still have your head, Brett. It's good to have you back.
Yeah, good to be
Good
back.
to have you back.
Yesterday was an interesting day of travel after drinking for like 10 days in a row. But
Yeah.
Yes, you guys had some weekends.
Yeah,
man.
we had big weekends. But you got 9 miles in. So
Yeah,
who's the real
and-
winner
And a
here?
little color on my face.
And you caught 2 dubs.
And I cut 2 dubs and spent less money than you guys did, which is
correct.
also
That is
cool.
very, very correct.
I'm just glad Brett's head is still attached because I mean he's been taking this Nutrafol stuff
Right.
and like it's been paying dividends. Like
I wouldn't know.
I'll be honest, Brett, your flow this weekend in the first slide of your Grom this weekend, all time flow pick for you. It looked
Thank you.
great.
Thank you very much.
Do you guys know that 80% of men will experience hair thinning in their lifetime? It's normal, but it doesn't have to be your fate. You can get ahead of thinning hair with Nutrafol. Nutrafol is the #1 dermatologist recommended hair growth supplement, clinically shown to improve your hair growth, visible thickness, and visible scalp coverage. Their hair growth supplements use physician-formulated, natural, science-backed ingredients, and their drug-free patented technology provides consistent, reliable results without compromising your sexual health, Dylan. Go to Nutrafol.com/men to take their hair health wellness quiz. It identifies the causes of your thinning hair, and Nutrafol will give you a personalized plan for better hair health through whole body wellness. Nutrafol also supports healthy hair growth with men from within by targeting root causes of thinning like stress, hormones, environment, nutrition, lifestyle, and metabolism through whole body health. And best of all, it works. In a clinical study, 84% of men showed improvement in their hair after 6 months of taking Nutrafol's men's hair growth supplements. 84%. That's a pretty good success rate if you do say so.
Absolutely.
Take the first step to visibly thicker, healthier hair. For a limited time, Nutrafol is offering our listeners $10 off your first month subscription and free shipping when you go to Nutrafol.com/men and enter promo code CIRCLING. Find out why over 4,000 healthcare professionals recommend Nutrafol for healthier hair. Nutrafol.com/men, spelled Nutrafol.com/men, and enter promo code CIRCLING. It's Nutrafol.com/men, promo code CIRCLING. Well, I was largely offline this weekend on the Twitter just because I was intentionally doing it. Something I couldn't avoid this weekend, though, was all the discussion surrounding Panera's charged lemonade. It seems as though we talked about this a while back.
Yeah, we've known about this for a while.
There was a girl who did a TikTok where she was just, for lack of a better word, tweaking.
It has an obscene amount of caffeine in it, correct?
Yes. Like a normal shot of espresso has 65 milligrams of caffeine. This, by the way, what I'm about to say is from Twitter, so I could be incorrect here.
Twitter's always right.
Like one single shot of espresso has 65 milligrams of caffeine in it, and one Panera charged lemonade has 390 milligrams of caffeine in it with free refills. With free refills.
Probably a lot of sugar as well, which, you know.
This lemonade has now claimed not one, but 2 lives. 2 people have died from caffeine issues with this, if I'm not mistaken. Right, Randy?
Are you freaking kidding me?
No. But now, like, Gen Z has now taken it upon themselves to, like, make this into a bit of all going to Panera's and getting the charged lemonade and seeing what happens. Have you ever had, like, a caffeine overdose?
No. I mean, my caffeine intake is usually just coffee, which is, like, if I drink too much coffee, I'll start to get a little bit of jitters, and that's my governor, like, all right, slow down, no more. So, no.
One time I had to go, we had a wedding, and it was about 2 hours from Austin. But we also had a dinner that we had to go to before the rehearsal dinner that was in Austin. And I was like, all right, so I'm going to have to go to this dinner in Austin, then drive the 2 hours, and then be on my A game for the after party. So I went to Central Market. They have a little nice cafe right there, and I ordered a double iced Americano. I didn't realize that there were 4 shots of espresso in the normal iced Americano, and so they gave me 8 shots of espresso. Halfway into the dinner, my father-in-law looks at me and he just goes, "You okay?" I was like, "No."
Wait, a normal one had 4 shots?
Yeah, and so I had 8 shots in mine.
What? How are you acting to made him ask you that question?
I was profusely sweating, and it wasn't that hot out. I couldn't keep my eyes locked on one thing at a time, so I was just kind of like looking around and like super jittery and on edge. And it kept on getting just worse and worse and worse and worse. And finally we go do the 2-hour drive, and I'm just wired out of my mind. I get to the party and I tell Sally, like, I have to leave. I have to go. And I couldn't sleep that night. My body was like shutting down and just like not handling it well. And then it started causing a bunch of GI issues with me. I couldn't keep anything in. I'm not going to go too far into that, but just I pretty much had to tell the people that we were staying with at the wedding, like, hey, this bathroom is ours.
Yeah.
Took me 2 days to get over it.
I just looked up how much caffeine is in pre-workout, and it says 150 to 300 milligrams. I usually do like half a scoop.
The only time I've ever felt this way was when I took pre-workout for the first time, and I did a huge scoop.
And when I do pre-workout, I make sure not to drink coffee like, around the same time, because I know that's just a lot of caffeine.
I saw someone on the TL say that if Joe Biden can finish an entire Panera charged lemonade, they'll vote for him.
Okay.
I think it would actually kill him. I don't think our man is living through one single charged lemonade.
No one's doing a second refill, right?
People are doing second refills because they don't realize how much is in it.
Oh my god!
You know what I mean? Like it doesn't like I think they had signs up now, but now there's like a whole revolt to get this stuff like banned. I think they can't keep serving this stuff.
That's so much caffeine.
Like
for free refills?
And not even to mention the sugar that must be in this, Dylan. That's got to be even more devastating.
Dude, that's what
for
I
you.
said earlier. I'm trying to find nutrition facts on this bad boy.
Randy, you brought up the new McDonald's website, Cosmix.
Yeah.
What I don't understand what Cosmix is and why they're trying to just branch off. Why not just make like McDonald's Cafe? Or I guess they have McDonald's Cafe.
Yeah, they have McCafe, but McDonald's is launching a new store called Cosmix. It looks like it's just pretty much going to be McDonald's brand Starbucks, but like their drinks here look very similar to the Panera stuff.
They're giving caffeine overdose.
I found the sugar content.
Okay.
All right, so a 30-ounce drink, which is large. 30-ounce charged lemonade, as you said, 390 milligrams of caffeine, 124 grams of sugar.
Yeah.
Oh,
that's that good
my
shit.
God.
I think if you're a college kid out there and you're listening, you should pitch to your boys that instead of doing Edward 40 hands, you do Edward charged lemonade hands, and you each drink 1 30-ounce on each hand.
Don't encourage that, because if someone dies, they're gonna be like, "Oh, circling back told me to do it."
No, we're telling you not to do it. I'm just saying pitch it to your boys and see how it goes.
Do you know how much 100 grams of sugar looks like if you just like poured sugar onto a table?
No,
it'd be like this hot.
Dylan, I try to ignore. I try to ignore this, dude.
That is so much sugar. Oh.
I got some type of like Mexican like juice drink the other day at lunch with you, and the first thing you said was like, "Dude, that's got so much sugar in it," and it did. But I don't think about these things, dude. I don't want to. I don't want to think about it.
Are they regulating this shit?
No, they should.
Can Parks just go up to the counter and buy a charged lemonade at a Panera?
Probably.
That's not okay.
Probably.
They didn't know what the hell it is. Like, oh, lemonade sounds good.
I don't think anyone's smoked too much weed lately and like just overdose. They just fall asleep in their bed. But you can go to Panera and like dose yourself with enough caffeine to die.
It can be lethal, apparently, as we've learned.
Yeah.
Are there like pending lawsuits? What's going on?
I don't know. Like I could see Matt Gaetz being totally for keeping it or something, just to like be like a thorn in people's side.
This shouldn't exist. Like I don't want to be a stick in the mud here, but this should not exist.
Would you try one?
No.
Why?
Absolutely not.
Let's do one. Let's do one
Because
single 30-ounce lemonade.
It is poison for your body. Like that is terrible for you. The sugar alone is awful.
Don't be a wimp, dude.
124 grams of sugar.
DBAP.
What if you went for a refill and had 2 of these?
That's what people are doing. That's what the girl did in the TikTok where she started tweaking out. She had 2 of them and was just like wired.
780.
I honestly thought this girl was like playing it up, but then when I went back to the time that I had way too much caffeine, I was like, oh no, that's exactly how I felt. Like I couldn't piece thoughts together. My mind was racing at such a rapid clip that I was like, I just couldn't do it.
It's like hospital time when it gets to that point.
Yes. Sally almost took me to the hospital because I could I had nothing that I could eat would stay down, and my mind was still just like wired.
You couldn't eat?
No, anything I ate, I would immediately go to the bathroom and like my system would evacuate.
Oh my God.
Lasted for 2 days.
I wanted to give you like an IV or something.
Dude, I went to the wedding. I made it to the actual wedding because I was like, I have to at least try to make an effort to go to the wedding. But the entire time at the wedding, I'm sitting on this like tough stomach, and there's nowhere to sit at this wedding because there were so many people there. And I was like, Sally, I can't stand up. Like I'm going to collapse. And so we find some friends, we make them squeeze us in, but I'm sitting right on the aisle of the wedding. The flower girl starts going down the middle of the aisle, doing what she does, tossing the flowers out. She drops the basket directly in front of me, and the flowers go everywhere. And the look on her face was just sheer terror. Like, I don't know what to do. But everyone's looking at me like, you're the closest person to her. You need to help this girl. I'm trying not to like soil my suit. Like, and I'm just staring at this toddler, and I'm like, I can't help you. Like, I can't get up and help. I'm going to collapse in the middle of this wedding and make things even worse.
People are like, why did that grown man not help the poor
Someone like
girl?
Jumped over me and helped her, and I was like, thank you so much. I would have passed. I think I would have fallen. Like, had I had to like reach down and like help her pick it up and everything in front of everybody, I think I would have collapsed.
That's not a fun feeling, man.
Are kids doing sidewalk slammers with these?
Oh my God. I sure as hell hope not.
This is like the recipe for the new Four Loko. If you want to know what it feels like to have like to have original recipe before Loco, I think you just go get a charged lemonade and put like half a liter of vodka in there.
Let's do a Borg with charged
Yeah.
lemonades.
Oh, let's Borg the charged lemonade.
Oh, are people not? Oh, people are adding alcohol to this for sure, right?
I mean, I assume so.
And that's what Four Loko is so dangerous because of the mixture of caffeine and liquor, right?
I don't even know. I think there was
Or malt
something else in
liquor.
it that just made your stomach feel like it was eating itself all the time. I do miss Four Locos.
I think combination of caffeine and alcohol when consumed in abundance is really not healthy for you.
I drank 3-4 Locos before a Michigan Penn State game one time, and the next day was one of the worst hangovers I've ever had, and I kind of miss it. I kind of miss the time in everyone's life where drinking 4 Loko was completely acceptable, if not encouraged.
Okay, I googled why is Four Loko dangerous. It is the drinking too much of any alcohol that can lead to alcohol poisoning and, in extreme cases, death. The harm with Four Loko comes and that is marketed to kids as kind of a boozy form of Red Bull. One 23.5-ounce can contains as much alcohol as four 12-ounce beers and a large coffee. Yeah, it's a combination of caffeine and liquor.
So I guess that makes sense. If you drink 3 before a football game and you're on 12 beers and a bunch of coffee.
Since the human body can't metabolize alcohol that quickly, the alcohol builds up in your bloodstream and can do crazy things like shut down the respiratory center of your brain. That's just about alcohol poisoning. Yeah. Okay.
Well, this Cosmix, I want to draw your attention to this, the creamy avocado tomatillos.
Oh, tomatillo.
So I know you're a big tomatillo. You just said earlier.
I told Sally the other day when we were walking by McDonald's that I've really been craving it lately. There's probably going to be a day where I roll into the studio this week where I just have a big bag of McDonald's with me.
I've been paying attention to the McDonald's shit. They're adding all this to the menu.
This is a whole new
concept.
thing.
But they're launching it in Texas first and not other places?
It'll be in San Antonio and Dallas by the end of 2024.
Do they serve alcohol at Cosmix? Or is it just these like aggressive drinks?
These drinks look so sugary.
This looks like your hell.
It does look like
they opened some in Bolingbrook, Illinois too.
Who's doing this?
The Sour Cherry Energy Burst is giving charged lemonade. I feel like it's going to be as caffeine. The blackberry mint green tea seems like it would be too.
Dylan, if you drink 2 charged lemonades at the washed holiday party, I'll let you out of some of the bets.
I'm gonna have to go to the hospital.
We can be up all night, dude.
And I'm a big coffee guy, but I can't handle 700 milligrams of caffeine.
You'll be the one freaking out at Carve this time, not me.
Oh, they have McMuffins at Cosmix, but they don't have McGriddles.
Yeah, they have a few of the actual McDonald's items on the menu.
I had my first ever experience at a Popeyes for breakfast. Did you even know Popeyes served breakfast?
I didn't.
All they do is take their chicken tenders and just put biscuits on them. Like I had one giant spicy tender and then a really good biscuit, and
that sounds great.
I'm not opposed to doing it again. I was a very big fan. I don't even know if they do that in like regular Popeyes. I think that might just be an airport, John.
Hey, what's the tea with the little balls of weird shit in it? What's that tea? That stuff called?
Boba.
What the fuck is that?
Tapioca.
Tapioca?
Pretty sure.
What?
You know what I'm talking about? You know
I know what you're talking about, but I'm more floored by Randy's immediate response of it's tapioca. I don't even know what tapioca is. I feel like tapioca pudding was just a thing that people always talk shit on when we were like 5.
Yeah, because it was always for old people.
What
I don't really know what it
boba
is,
tea?
but I'm pretty
I
sure
think Pete and Pete were like super against tapioca pudding.
Yeah. Traditional milk boba tea is served with tapioca balls, which are made of starch and are commonly referred to as pearls.
And I'm going to throw this out right now. I know that stuff, but I don't know what tapioca or all that stuff is. I just know that's what's in it.
That drink just looks so unappealing to me. I would never try it.
Never had it, yeah. But it was big in college. Like, it's very big college.
There
drink.
are stores that just sell only that, I think.
Did y'all ever drink Clearly Canadian?
No.
It was this like Canadian drink that was like fizzy juice, ton of sugar in it. Like they sell them now at some grocery stores in Austin, but I hadn't seen them since like the late 90s. And they taste incredible. But again, they're jacked up with sugar. But it's one of those drinks where it's like, oh yeah, like I don't really have a need for this in my life. How are these sugary companies still surviving at this point?
Right.
I feel like the general consensus from so many people is that they want to avoid it.
Society is becoming much more sugar conscious.
Well, like if you're in Mexico, like Brett just was, if you go to the grocery store, it says on the package of things that have too much sugar, like this has a ton of sugar in it.
Yeah.
Please be they have like warnings on it.
We haven't caught up to that yet.
Yeah, it's like
we're
I feel
selling
like it's
charged lemonade.
It's one of the public health things that Mexico's like dominating us on.
Panera already stunk. Now it like extra stinks.
We're going to Panera for lunch today. We're getting charged
I'm
lemonades.
absolutely not going.
Last night when I got home from our little vacay, I had the absolute pleasure of taking all the photos that I had. I
Mm.
went into the Aura Frames app and I loaded those things up, and I've just been seeing it ever since. And it's just been a beautiful, beautiful little trip down memory lane. You've heard us talk about Aura Frames. This is the best gift that you can give this holiday season, and I'm not just saying that. When you give someone a gift, you want them to enjoy it immediately. No long setup or batteries required or assembly that makes everyone frustrated with each other. There's many reasons to love Aura digital frames, but honestly, that might be my favorite. It was so easy to set up that I was actually, I don't want to say I was surprised, but I was.
So easy. I actually gifted one to my father for his birthday
Mhm.
just a couple weeks ago. And there's also a like gift mode where you can scan a little QR code on the box itself. And when I handed the gift over to my dad, it already had pictures loaded. And so I have his frame and mine in my app. The other day, I got Parks' school picture in.
Oh, that's a good call.
Without even telling him,
Good
I just
call.
loaded it to his frame. So now he's like, oh, I got a surprise new picture. Didn't even know. It's incredible.
You start by downloading the Aura app for free, which takes no time, and then you get the frame ready. You just plug that thing in, and when you can preset the Wi-Fi on the frame and upload pictures beforehand. So all your grandparents have to do is unbox it, plug it in. Super simple. Wirecutter, which I trust Wirecutter. It's a great website to read. They called it the best digital picture frame, and they're not messing around. It's such a great gift, even for the most tech unsavvy people in your life. Give the perfect gift this holiday season and visit auraframes.com today. Get $30 off their best-selling frames with code CIRCLING. These frames sell out quickly, though, so get yours before they're gone. That's auraframes.com with promo code CIRCLING. Terms and conditions do apply. But seriously, these things are awesome. Absolutely love it. Raw meat experiment. This is one of those times when I wish Dave was here because I know Dave was deep in raw meat experiment.
He's a big raw meat experiment guy.
Did you follow him, or did you just kind of tangentially follow him through Dave and I talking about
I
him
only
all
know
the time?
about him because of you guys and what we've discussed here on this podcast.
Raw meat experiment is a guy who said that he was going to eat raw meat outside of Whole Foods every day until he died of food poisoning. And once he started doing this, he got to the point where his skin started clearing up more. He felt healthier, had increased energy, and he had all these benefits to eating the raw meat. That being said, like, do you want to be the guy eating cod fillets outside of a Whole Foods that are completely raw?
So, wait, he wanted to do this until he died?
Well, that was just the bit. Like he was going to do it. Yeah, he said his bio on Instagram, Raw Meat Experiment, which with 138,000 followers. The account got banned at one point. I don't know why. It says that he's eating raw meat every day until I die from bacteria, seeing if I live 5 days or 500 years.
Okay. Did he eat stuff like chicken, which is known to have lots of
Yep. He never
did?
got any salmonella poisoning or anything like that.
Weird.
Yeah. Yeah. Well,
Okay,
so
what's he doing now?
I've been interested by him for a while because it's like, it is kind of interesting. I don't want to eat raw meat, but it's interesting to me that he sees these health benefits that like other people would never see from it. And now he has this whole theory that like the American way of going about eating is kind of ass backwards and whatever. Well, this last couple weeks, he has decided to go down the path of doing only raw milk. So for
Okay.
2 straight weeks, all he did was drink milk. He drank a gallon of raw milk a day.
Wait, so no food, just milk.
No food. He went full baby. He called it the baby cow diet.
Okay, when I saw this on the rundown, I thought he was just eating baby cow.
No, he is doing the baby cow diet where he only drinks milk. Can I read you his caption? Said, morning, friends. Today is the final day of 2-week nothing but milk diet experiment. I'm still not a baby cow, but I will admit that the grass looks a bit more munchable. There's a milk diet story, whatever. He goes into that. He said, overall, the review of the diet is a 9.2. My skin, energy, overall well-being is a little above average. I am missing eating other foods less each day, but I love food, so I'd never do this forever. I don't think anyone has to do it, but I think it was fun. I've read stories of people who live for decades on just milk. Maybe they're true and maybe it's made up, but it sort of makes sense to me. The milk still tastes very good every time, and I never got tired of it. I drank about a gallon a day on average to stay satiated for 24/7. I did go down a few pounds during the 2 weeks, about 6 pounds, and he'll likely do a longer test in the future when he has time. Is there anything that could convince you to drink raw milk for just 2 weeks straight? Do you think you could actually do it if there was like a light at the end of the tunnel?
Yeah.
I don't think I could do it.
It'd be tough, but I could do it.
There'd have to be some financial benefit to it, yeah.
When I got COVID,
Has he taken? Okay, sorry, back up.
No.
Has he taken a break from his raw meat experiment? Has he
Yeah.
continued? Okay.
he stopped doing only raw meat, but I believe he said that he was doing a lot of A lot of raw meat still after he was done with the kind of Instagram portion of it.
Oh my gosh. Okay.
When I got COVID, we are a cool company. Whenever someone got COVID, I think whenever someone did, or at least when either you, me, or Dave got it, we gave a gift card to someone so they could get some delivery food. And I did mine just on a juice cleanse because I was like, I have no energy right now. What better time than to do a juice cleanse than now? Food doesn't sound good.
Right.
I was going crazy after less than 48 hours of a juice cleanse. I don't think I could do it for 2 weeks.
I've always been intrigued by juice cleanses. I wanted to try one.
It was fine. Like it didn't, I didn't feel, I mean, here's the
How
thing.
much weight did you lose?
I don't know. I think I lost a lot. I think I lost weight just from having COVID and just like laying around and not eating calories. I wasn't doing it to lose weight. I just wanted to try it for once and see how it went. And they were weirdly doing like a 50% off deal. So I was like, all right, I'm doing a juice cleanse.
I kind of want to try one.
It was interesting. I just
Okay.
don't know if I want to do it again. Have you ever had raw milk?
I don't think so.
It's hard to get. It's not legal in a lot of states.
You guys get it.
We used to get it. We had a raw milk guy. I don't know why we started doing it, but it was just one of those.
I
Like,
just mean straight from the cow's udder.
yeah, like
Nothing like. Okay.
yeah, like full fat. Like there's like a fat cap at the top of like the raw milk container because there's like possibly
Do you
back.
mix it in?
Yeah, you have to like mix it all up and stuff.
Gross. Is it refrigerated?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. It's just like normal milk, but it's just thicker. I don't know if it's better though. Like I don't know. It didn't. I don't know why we did it.
I wouldn't like to see a fat cap on the top of my milk. That would be tough. Tough to get past.
Yeah, I guess. Is there any liquid that you could, if you had to do 2 weeks of drinking only one liquid, and let's just say you're satiated if you're drinking this, what liquid would you choose?
I mean, aside from water, obviously.
Yeah. Like you have to do a liquid with calories in it, and you have to drink it like a gallon of it every day for 2 weeks.
Chocolate milk. I could do chocolate milk.
Chocolate milk, as much as I love it, too much of it, you get tired of the flavor. I would just do regular milk.
I think chocolate milk is actually kind of, I kind of like that answer.
I do
Chalky milk?
I do 2% milk.
Okay.
I love drinking just milk out of the fridge. So good.
Do you go mouth straight to the container?
Typically, yeah.
Really?
I don't care, man.
I guess would smoothies count?
I would require that you did this exact same smoothie.
Yeah, I could probably do
But
strawberry
that's-
banana.
That's solids just
Brett pretty
blended.
much does that anyway.
I love a smoothie.
Brett lives off smoothies, panini presses, and bruschetta.
And grilled cheese sandwiches.
Yeah. Like that's all he eats.
Yeah.
He started an Instagram account about this. Called, what is it called?
Oh, it's not on his main.
It is on his main feed, but he started Raw Milk Revolution, and I really just hope he keeps doing this. I don't know. I like this guy. I think this guy's interesting. Like he's got a different view of life than most people. I'm one of the less than 1,600 followers of Raw Milk Revolution, so I'm excited to see how this all pans out.
Okay.
He's got a good meme eye too, so he's funny.
Well, no, like when he first started bubbling up, I was like, how does this guy have such a good content gene? And then I realized that he had created other Instagram accounts that had done really well even before that had nothing to do with like his life or anything. So he's very online regardless.
Yeah, he's just gross, man.
I think we should get some raw milk for the boys.
I don't hate what he's doing, but it's just gross.
He talks about the mental acuity of it.
Here he is dipping just ground raw beef in milk and eating it. Like that's gross.
I could do that. But I'm built different when it comes to ground beef.
Ooh.
You know I am.
Okay.
Can we talk about our friends over at Talkspace real quick?
Yeah.
Anyone out there feeling down? It's okay. The holidays aren't so cheery. Days get shorter. Issues with the family can sometimes come to a head. And online therapy with Talkspace can help you feel better and give you the tools that you need to navigate this time of year with your mental health supported. With Talkspace, you don't have to wait to get an appointment to travel or travel to an office. You are able to access your provider from the comfort of your device. I don't know, being someone who doesn't live in their hometown or around their family, the holidays are pretty brutal on me. And in the past, I've had to really attack it before it arrives. Like I've traditionally not had a great holiday season in Austin, Texas, because I really do miss my family a lot of the time. And I actually have had to turn to therapy for these reasons.
Holidays can be tough on lots and lots of people.
Yeah, it doesn't matter if you're away from your family, if you're just going through something, or if like they said, like if things are coming to a head with your family, it's a tough time. But with Talkspace, you can sign up online and get personalized match with a provider who's right for you, typically within 48 hours. It's just convenient to have virtual sessions with your licensed therapist from the comfort of your home. And Talkspace can also help you with any specific challenges you might be facing. It's the #1 online therapy platform with licensed professionals and therapists in over 150 specialties, including anxiety, depression, substance abuse, relationship issues, and much more. As a listener of this podcast, you'll get $80 off your first month with Talkspace when you go to Talkspace.com/circling. To match with your licensed therapist today, go to Talkspace.com/circling to get $80 off your first month and show your support for the show. Again, that's Talkspace.com/circling. Got some stories of note here today, Dylan. This is almost like a Brett's Breaking News version of what we're doing.
I'm into it.
Do you want to start with, I know where Dave would start based on what I'm about to say. Do you want to start with Selena Gomez?
That's
Meat
kind of-
Smokers Only or Cabeza Watch?
I'm most intrigued by the Selena Gomez thing.
Okay. I don't know why. Dave he just really likes her music, I guess. But he's a big Selena Gomez fan. I think
Right.
he likes that she's from Texas as well.
Mm-hmm.
She's obviously I think she's one of the most followed people on Instagram. She's top 3.
She's a big name.
When she makes moves, the rest of the world looks. Are you aware that she's now dating Benny Blanco? And she's been dating him secretly for 6 months.
You told me this earlier, and my first question was, who the hell is Benny Blanco? Then you told me that it's the weird guy from the show Dave that we watch.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, oh yeah, that guy's funny. He was good on Dave. He's quirky, weird little guy. And then my follow-up question was, how the hell did he land Selena Gomez?
Well, Randy pointed out, and I thought the same thing, because my only exposure to Benny Blanco has been through his cooking stuff on TikTok, which I'm not really interested in. And on the show Dave, where he and Lil Dicky just, I don't know, act weird towards each other.
Is bro out?
So he's
Yeah.
he's a
But they
music
bro out in a different way than the boys typically bro out.
he's a music producer, correct?
Yeah, and like Randy pulled up a lot of some of the songs that he's done. The dude has absolute bangers.
Yeah. Okay.
Rihanna,
Ri-
Kesha.
Rihanna, Kesha, 303 for me. A lot of Maroon 5, some Ed Sheeran. He's done a lot of stuff with a lot of people.
He's weird looking, man.
I guess maybe we shouldn't be surprised that like all the pop stars are branching out and dating like new guys like Travis Kelce and stuff. But I just didn't have Benny Blanco dating Selena Gomez like anywhere on my radar.
No. Biebs is on her list.
Didn't she already? Yeah, she dated Biebs, right? Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
She like dated him before Haley.
Oh yeah.
See, I was
is
not dialed
weird.
in at that point.
Hey, good for him.
Yeah.
I have nothing against the guy. It's just a little surprising.
Dylan, you've heard me complain in the past about certain neighbor issues. I've heard you complain in the past about certain neighbor issues. I know that neighbors have complained about you because you're the noisiest neighbor of all time.
Oh, I don't know about that.
I don't know. I've heard some things. If I told you that like an awesome barbecue joint was going to open up like right next door to your place, you'd be like, "Oh hell yeah, let's go."
Okay, I know where this is going. And yes, it has its pros and its cons. If you live next door to a barbecue place that smokes their meat, that would get really old really fast.
So this lady in Nashville is suing her next door neighbor, and I'm just reading this from WKRN, the local Nashville news. I'm just a Tennessean now. I got my finger on the pulse there. But she's suing the barbecue joint next to her because she can't enjoy her home and property anymore because of all the smoke going up.
I think this is a fairly normal problem.
So-
Like it happens a lot of places.
The normal human part of me is like, oh, I kind of get it. Like that's a little annoying. That's tough. She did move in directly next to the barbecue joint. She
Knowingly, like they moved in.
they preceded her,
Okay.
and this also has to do with a property line dispute that is very gray. But the meat smoker only in me is like, you got to revel in this and just go full meat.
So the home slice pizza, that's the north one, it's just situated right in the middle of a neighborhood. It's surrounded by houses. Right?
You talked such a big game about home slice that when I finally went there, because I had to go see it for myself and see how good the pizza was, I was so confused by where it was located in the middle of a bunch of people.
Yeah, it's vibey in there too, isn't it?
Yeah.
So you park your car. You park on the street because it's there's a lot, but it's really small. So you park on the street and you open your car door and you're just punched in the face with this smell, this really good pizza smell, and the whole street smells like home sliced pizza. And when you visit it once every several weeks, it's like, all right, this is great. But if you live right next door to this place,
Mhm.
aren't you just so sick of smelling pizza all the time?
Yes. Yes. Didn't we have someone recently call in about living above like a bakery? Or did we talk about that? Like how miserable it would be just to hear them doing that like at 4 a.m. when they go in and start doing all the stuff fresh. Like it would get real old real
But
quick.
bakery is nice because it's not like a really strong, pungent smell.
I don't
Like
it- I-
pizza is a really strong smell. And barbecue, of course, it's like if the smoke just like, you know, fills the whole area.
Do we think she has a case to get her way here? I do sympathize
don't
with her.
know.
As someone who's been in the middle of disputes with neighbors and
I don't
stuff, like
know.
I kind of understand where she's coming
Yeah,
from.
I'll just
here.
say I get it. I get why you're doing this. But yeah. Another question I have is how good is the barbecue? Because
if it's that gas, like
Yeah,
I mean, you
you
can't
gotta
really complain too much.
embrace it.
Joe Rogan always talks about living next to like highways and stuff, and how like the micro stuff that comes off of tires and that gets kicked up from highways can affect your health long term.
No
But I don't
clue.
think there's been studies that are like long enough that can like actually, I don't know. It's owned real estate in my head,
I love the smell of a smoker just smoking
dude.
those
It's so
meats.
good.
It's
It would get
so
old
good.
though.
It would. It would be like, okay.
What's
need
the
a break.
worst possible thing to open up next door to your place? Just a rowdy bar,
Yeah, how about like
Yeah.
a holiday light show that just plays until midnight?
dude. They since December's hit, they've definitely turned up the volume.
I hate to say this, barbecue is one of the worst. Just because of the constant
The
smoke.
constant smoke. Do you think you'd find soot in your place?
Probably so.
That's like going through your like your system. Like you'd have to change
Dude.
your air filters like every day.
Probably so.
Okay, I might be on this team. You know
Yeah.
what? Sorry, Dave and KJ. I might be on this lady's team.
I do get it.
I get this a little bit from her. This reminded me of a story. I had to look it up from 2019 that some vegan lady back in 2019 sued her neighbor for smoking meat. She lost, and like a big like barbecue was planned outside of her house, just because I guess she
If
was
I-
vegan.
If I
Didn't
smell
like
a
it.
neighbor smoking like, meat, I'm like, oh, bring it on. I love this smell, but I don't want it 24/7.
Yeah.
And these places, these barbecue places, if you smoke a brisket, you got to start early in the morning too. You wake up and it's already going.
We go to Terry Black's mostly. I'd say we're a Terry Black's company here in Austin, Texas. And there's residential stuff around them too. I bet people have to deal with that. It would suck to have to move out because of like smoke from a barbecue
Mm-hmm.
because they ain't moving unless they legally have to. You guys mind if we go south like Brett did this weekend? If I had known this story was going on, I wouldn't have let Brett go to Mexico.
What's happening?
The drug lords in Mexico are going on a killing spree to find the police officers who stole their drugs. And
Oh my god!
had I known Brett was going down there, like I just worry about him. Like I could see how Brett could be misconstrued for like a cop sometimes. He was wearing a long sleeve white button down at the bar in Mexico. Like that's cop vibes.
Mexico scares me because these cartels are much more powerful than police.
They're
And
they're
government.
way more powerful than the police down
It's
there.
scary, man. If I was on this police force, I'd be like, look, here's their drugs. Just come get them. I'm not fucking with y'all anymore.
Oh, yeah, at what point are you just like, here, take it back?
This is scary shit,
Take it
man.
back.
They're ruthless.
I feel like we fetishized, like I feel like watching like Narcos Mexico and stuff, like you start to root for the drug dealers and then you see a news story like this and it's like, oh, probably shouldn't root for them. I'll root for them in the show because it's fictitious somewhat.
There's some bad hombres, man. This is really scary.
It says,
Tijuana,
where is Tijuana? That's up in the, that's up,
San Diego.
up San Diego way.
San Diego runs into like there's no line between. They're the same city essentially, just divided by an international border.
My buddy and I got very close to doing like a day in Tijuana just to go down and see what it was all about when we were in San Diego. And I'm glad that we didn't do
I
it.
think there have been times where it was like one of the more dangerous cities in North America, but I think now. I'm speaking out of my ass probably, but I think there are times when it's been safe too.
Yeah. I think the time we were going to go down there, it was considered like,
Yeah.
we would have been fine. But like, I don't know. The border towns they're just dicey.
The
these
Texas
days.
border towns are Juarez, which is El Paso way, West Texas. That Juarez is the other side of the border.
Mhm.
One of the more dangerous cities in the world.
I want to go to Lajitas, the golf resort on the border of Texas and Mexico.
On the Texas side, though, right?
Yeah, it's on. You can hit a golf ball into Mexico, which seems
Right.
a little disrespectful, if I'm being honest. Like, Well, I don't need to litter their country with my golf. I'm not going to throw them a Pro V1.
Just launching MaxFly noodles over there.
Dude, I don't play with noodles.
Tijuana can also save your life if you just go down there and do a bunch of blow and hookers.
Oh yeah, that's true.
That's right. That's right.
That needs to go viral soon. It's been a minute.
It got more traction the other day, actually.
Really?
Someone said it to me.
Really?
Yeah.
Where does it get traction these days?
This was on Twitter.
It just like keeps. Is your name in the screenshot when people are putting it out there?
So some of the screenshots say Roger Dorn, and some say my name because it was that when the article was live, I switched my name over, and so it changed on the website. But some screenshots were already taken. This one said Roger Dorn.
We can't say too much about this because I don't know like what we can actually say. But our legal counsel's not here, so fuck it. But like there was a time when they were trying to turn that into a movie with some major players, and I don't think it's ever going to happen now.
Yeah,
that would have been an incredible movie.
What's his face was behind it?
Should we not say it?
Oh yeah, we probably.
I don't think we should say it.
Okay, a well-known actor.
Yeah, like someone who I would have been like, yeah, let's make this happen.
Yeah, probably would have done a great job with it. Producer, actor, obviously.
We have an ad deal currently with Netflix for the show Obliterated.
By the way, I'm watching it.
You like it?
I'm like 5 episodes.
It's good,
in.
dude. It's good.
it's wild.
But I imagine that if they did that news story in the way that they're doing Obliterated, it would be great.
Yeah, yeah.
I have to say, since Sunday Scaries has gotten some ad deals with some streaming things, I've actually really enjoyed watching every single thing that I've been
That's
watching
good.
for it.
That's
Obliterated's been a fun watch.
Yeah, it's
just
wild
about
ass.
for anyone out there who doesn't know, it's about a like SEAL team essentially who defuses a bomb in Las Vegas. So they go out and celebrate after and get absolutely hammered, only to realize that they didn't complete their mission and they have more work to do, but they're all on drugs and drunk, and so they have to go do it.
Yes,
I love that you're 5 episodes. You're further than me.
There's some scenes coming up that you'll be like, oh my god.
Yeah, they censor it out on Instagram. I'm like, this is gonna be some wild boy shit. Yeah. All right, that's all she wrote today.
That was a fun one.
Tomorrow we've got touching base tomorrow with special guest Sal Gal. Wednesday we got a very special guest coming to the studio. I've confirmed that on Wednesday's episode we will have the Battletoad bad boy. We will have Michael Weiner coming in the studio. I think he'll be sitting in a chair and not producing as Dave's not here, so he's just going to straight up sit for Dave. I could see Dave getting a wild hair in him hearing that Mike is coming in and just want to come in and do this. But I'm excited to have Micah in the building.
We have a company Christmas dinner coming up. It's a big week in Wash Media world.
So I was like, can I come in? Or I was like, do you want to record with Micah on Wednesday instead of doing touching base? And she's like, I don't think us recording together is a good idea. It's like, what, too many tangents? Like, what are her and Micah going to say together?
She said that?
Yeah.
Are they at odds right now?
No, they love each other.
Okay.
I think we were like, we were in a group text while we were like, that's why I said like, oh, Micah's going to be in on Wednesday.
That's funny.
She's like, no, I don't think that's a good idea.
And then Friday, we will be having a Coffee Friday, which I believe we're still thinking about live streaming. And I should probably figure out to make sure that we can do that.
More on that later, but I've been wanting to do a live stream from YouTube, from our YouTube channel for a while now. And I feel like a Coffee Friday where we're all just beaten down is a good idea, but that does put more work on Randy's plate. So we'll see if it pans out. YouTube.com/circling back. Do we have anything else today, boys?
I don't think so.
Man, what a time to be alive.
That was a good one. That one felt good.
I'm in the holiday mode. Knowing that we have 2 weeks left of like work and then we get our normal week off between Christmas and New Year's, like I'm feeling energized right now. Feeling good.
Good stuff coming up. All right.
See you guys tomorrow.
Bye.